I think what inspired me most is actually the willingness to help other people. To kind of put myself out there and be willing to kind of take the limelight for a moment, but have the opportunity to kind of address concerns of other people, and of course, you know, empower other people so that they feel like they can do kind of their own work, that kind of thing. Well, actually, kind of kind of funny actually. When I was younger, I actually wanted to be a priest. Kind of ironically, my family would always call me like Father Castro or something like that. But I kind of outgrew that myself. I wanted to assume politics more so when I read about like great leaders like George Washington, that kind of thing, and saw the thing that they did, their actions, and how that influences other people. And that inspires me to want to inspire other people as well, for sure. Well, we had the opportunity of doing the Open Heart Project. That was a big stepping stone, I think, to put myself out there and also kind of see my organizational skills. So that was senior year. We had the opportunity to do that. But beforehand, it was really just like participating in speeches. It was, trying to challenge myself. You don't have to be good at something to try your best. You don't have to be amazing at something. You just have to have the perseverance and the willingness to go out there. And all of the other blocks, the center blocks, will fall in place. It's a matter of the individual. Do you have the willingness to get out there, to fail, but to get yourself back up and try again? So that's the cornerstone of it for me, for sure. So the internship gives me 4 months of being able to kind of go out there and see for myself what the legislative process is like, not only as an Idahoan here in our potato state, but also of course at the Congress where everything is being done. Where I'll only be a 10-minute walk from the Library of Congress, where the Supreme Court justices are. I'll be all right at the center of where that is. And so having this opportunity gives me the ability to learn, and that's what it's all about. It's all about learning. It's not about necessarily being outstanding and being above everyone else. Kind of goes back to helping other people as well. But it's about learning. It's about getting out there and putting my feet in the water and seeing is this something that I like? Is it something I want to keep doing? And if not, then I'll certainly know. But this is where it starts. This is where everything begins. So I initially, and I still am, I'm doing the College of Western Idaho. I'm getting my associates in political science from the College of Western Idaho. After I do that, the door is really open. I've had a lot of opportunities already thrown at me from other schools, whether it's Boise State University or another, like Columbia University or something like that. The opportunities are there. I'm not quite sure where I want to go yet, but I'm sure that with the internship, I'll have a much more clear idea of where I want to go. Well, I've always had an interest in, kind of seeing what the legislative process is like in its entirety, and that's really what I'm excited for. I think we all have this idea that, the way Congress works, we all have this idea of how it is in our heads and how, business is done in the world and how it's done in Washington, D.C., but actually being there is going to allow me to see for sure what it's actually like. So, like I said, we all have our own ideas of how things are done, but actually being there, whether I see legislation, it really does stall, it takes forever, or, whether things do get done efficiently, having this internship, like you asked me, is obviously going to allow me to further understand that. And that's what I want to get out. I want to understand how the process works in Washington, D.C., and also the little things. What is it that makes, senators, representatives, people, what makes us Americans? What better place to figure that all out than Washington, D.C.? Where I came from, I'm from the state of New York, so I'm a New Yorker with a brash attitude. No, I'm just kidding. That's not how it is. But being from New York, I think there are some values that have been instilled inside of me, in a good way, of course. Being assertive, having an idea of what you want, even from a young age, and kind of bringing that to Idaho, because it's been 11 years that I've been here. But being from New York, I really consider myself more of an Idahoan than I do a New Yorker, because I've been with the people here. I've experienced life and memories and good things and bad things with so many awesome people, and honestly, I love the people of Idaho. Idahoans are amazing. I'm a little saddened I get to go to DC and be around all these Washington Easterners now who just want their coffee and to get out of my way or whatever. Kind of stereotypical idea, but I love Idaho. I've come to love it. And growing up, wasn't entirely easy. We moved I believe it was about 10 times. We moved in our entirety just in New York. We moved 4 different times here in Idaho, and there's been been hard times, sure, but again, like I said before, it comes down to perseverance and like, picking up where you've fallen and such, because your life isn't defined by how many times you fall on the ground, it's how many times you get back up and you keep going. So, that's kind of where I've come from. Again, not entirely an easy life, but just like everyone else, we keep going, we keep trucking ahead. My name's Andrew Castro, and I approve this message.